Today, the Season 2 trailer for Arcane dropped, with a promise that this second volume will be released on Netflix this November. So let's break down the trailer, what we know about this next volume, and what else is to come from the world of League of Legends. My name is Deep Cut, welcome back to Cartoon Universe. I'm sorry if I sound funny, I still have COVID. Now let's dive into it. Now, one thing we were told before the trailer was released was that Season 2 would be the final season of Arcane, and to emphasize that, the trailer has text that says that every ending is a new beginning, which has multiple layers here. First, Arcane is a prequel to the video game series League of Legends. This franchise has many games in it already, with over 160 playable characters that have unique origins and stories. Arcane focuses on just some of those characters, and by it reaching its ending, the actual games get their own beginning. However, the second layer to this is that with this being the final season of Arcane, that leaves the door open for more shows and even movies that they have planned in the world of League of Legends. Arcane focuses primarily on two well-known characters from the game, a villain named Jinx and a woman of the law named Vi. In the Arcane series, we learned that Jinx and Vi were sisters with a tragic shared backstory that involved Jinx, once known as Powder, ruining missions that led to the death of their caretaker Vander. This leads to a falling out between the sisters, with Jinx being taken in by the criminal Silco. This leads to Jinx becoming an unhinged crazy villain, such as she is known in the actual League of Legends games. Vi ends up going down a different path, becoming closer with the Enforcer Kate, and eventually coming to be on the side of the law of Piltover itself. This leads to the key conflict of Season 2 in Arcane, which will involve Jinx and Vi on opposite sides of this sort of economic war between the elites of Piltover and the oppressed people of the Undercity of Vaughn. Season 1 ended with Jinx firing a rocket at the Council of Piltover, a pretty direct attack on its leaders. The Season 2 trailer picks up with this moment and discussion of its aftermath, which has reshaped the culture of Piltover and Vaughn. We see that there is some chaos in the cities, with soldiers being deployed in both areas, I think, to maintain the peace, during which Ambessa can be heard saying that martial law is needed in order to maintain peace. This isn't because Jinx's attack just upset the people of Piltover, but rather it seems to be inspiring a rebellion against them. Her attack on the council was seen as an attack on the people who are oppressing the Undercity of Vaughn. In the Undercity, Jinx is seen in the trailer being given congratulations by the people, and there are even paintings of her as a symbol of hope. She is told that she has the ability to rally the city together, but the people don't seem to realize how much more personal all of this was to Jinx. And all Jinx says that she wants, as she drops a match in one dramatic shot, is to watch the whole thing burn down. Vi, of course, once was more so on the side of Vaughn, but as the story progresses, she will become increasingly connected to Kate. It's not that she is turning against Vaughn, but one thing Vi seems to strive for as time goes on is simply not having a giant war conflict. This is because Vi remembers just how horrifying it was for Piltover and Vaughn to fight each other in the past. It was what led to the death of her parents. By working for the Enforcers, Vi has to imagine that she will eventually be able to create a more peaceful union between the two, but at the very least, by siding with the people she once saw as her enemy, she will be able to hopefully prevent an actual war in her mind, as Vaughn just living in this suffering state is better to her than being at actual war with Piltover. However, she doesn't seem to actually end up preventing this, as the Season 2 trailer seems to show something of a giant battle between the people of Piltover and the people of Vaughn. Season 2 seems to end where Season 1 began, with this finale battle just being the inevitable return to the war that took place when Vi and Jinx were children, led by Vander and his rebellion. Based on the games, the two cities and the two sisters will survive this, leading to the time in the games where Vi works as an enforcer and Jinx is still just a crazy criminal. Along the way, some pretty dramatic deaths can occur, however, and Vaughn and Piltover could face large destruction from the war. As someone who doesn't even know what video games are, I have very little idea of what takes place in the games or any serious differences they have from the show, but it seems like the show is probably going to maintain the important continuity of the game to help open up the universe to more adaptations. With how popular Arcane was back in Season 1, I was shocked to learn that the show was ending with just one more season. It's normal for Netflix to order just 2 seasons or volumes and then not renew them for anything else, but when it comes to Arcane, their plan seemed to always be to tell a limited story so that they could shift the focus to other characters in their massive roster and expansive universe. More shows will likely come out, maybe not even on Netflix, but on other services as well, and potentially new movies in addition to shows. It did take a long time to get from Volume 1 to Volume 2 of this show though, so it's hard to say how frequently we will get new series or entries into the franchise as a whole. But let me know what stories from the games you guys would like to see adapted in the comments down below, and I'll pretend to know what they are. And don't forget to subscribe so you get more videos when Arcane Season 2 finally drops this November, because it's probably going to release in sets of 3 episodes a week, just like it did for Season 1. And we're going to have a lot to say breaking each of those sets down. See you guys next time.